Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Bam Adebayo finds dope silver lining to Heat's injury woes. It is most surely coming down to the wire for the Miami Heat as they have 14 games left in the regular season, but the team is once again filled with injuries to key players like Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and more. However, Heat star Bam Adebayo sees the bright side in the situation, saying that once everybody on the team is fully healthy, it's going to be a dope experience, according to Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. It's going to be a dope experience just for all of us to be healthy again, all of us be out together and all of us try to figure out how we can get wins and make a deep playoff run, Adebayo said about repeating the same magic from last season where Miami went to the NBA Finals as the 8th seed. There is no doubt Adebayo sees the silver lining with the way the season is going for the Heat, which has been tumultuous to say the least. When asked if he is frustrated about the team continuing to lose players due to injury, the University of Kentucky product said he's not, because it's out of their control. No, because you can't dictate injuries, Adebayo said, as he is averaging 19.9 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game while shooting 51.7% from the field. You can't tell guys to play through some injuries that are obviously really bothering them, me included. For us, it's next man up always. We've won games with 8 guys before. So when you got guys out, you still have a chance. While the mindset has always been next man up for Miami, trying to find consistency amidst the inconsistency of health is a hurdle itself. Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra spoke about that after the team's loss to the Philadelphia 76ers Monday night, where he said that adversity can make you better. We're just trying to build a consistency to our identity and an ability to sustain that, and just keep on fighting through this regular season, Spoelstra said. These are opportunities to get better. The adversity can make you better if you handle it the right way. Besides the injuries to integral players like recently to Jimmy Butler, Nikola Jovic, and the continued absences of Tyler Hero and Kevin Love, now Heat star Duncan Robinson is added to the list. Robinson left the 76ers game in the third quarter with back discomfort, as he said after the loss that while they are confident they have enough, he acknowledges the injury woes. We always feel like we have enough regardless of who's in the lineup, Robinson said. But, obviously, we haven't been full strength for a while. It was revealed after the game that Robinson tried to push through a nagging back injury that even limited his movement before the contest started. In Sunday's game against the Detroit Pistons, a made shot from deep marked him the fastest player in NBA history to reach 1,000 made three-pointers, as he said that the Heat aren't going to make any excuses because of the injury issues. This is definitely not a group that's going to be making any excuses about that, Robinson said. Guys are playing through being banged up, and that's just part of what it is this time of year. Obviously, we're hoping and eager to get everybody back and fully healthy. The Heat are now 37-31 on the season, which puts them 8th in the Eastern Conference as they finish the current 4-game road trip Wednesday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They will then start a 4-game homestand which starts Friday against the New Orleans Pelicans. 76ers, Kyle Lowry gets real on playing Heat for first time since trade. Kyle Lowry exacted his revenge against the Miami Heat by playing a big role in the Philadelphia 76ers win over them. He scored 16 points on 6-12 shooting, tallied 4 rebounds, 2 steals and an assist, and made a plethora of plays that helped Philly notch a crucial victory. The Heat traded Lowry to the Charlotte Hornets in the hopes of upgrading with the younger, more athletic Terry Rozier. Lowry was bought out and joined the 76ers, rising up the ranks from bench player to starter in the hopes of keeping the boat sturdy amid Joel Embiid's absence. The Sixers and Heat came into the game with identical records of 37-30. Philly has already dropped 2 games of the 4-game season series, meaning that a loss would have given Miami a pivotal tiebreaker. The Heat are still in a favorable position to have won over the Sixers, but it's an outcome that was at least delayed for a little while. Kyle kept reminding everybody on the bench that they weren't gonna quit even when we had a 17-point lead, Nick Nurse said. The 76ers allowed the Heat to tie the game up in the fourth quarter after leading by 17 in the prior period but didn't allow Miami to complete its comeback. Lowry always plays hard and badgers the opposing team with his quick wit and physicality. But did this game against the Heat bring out more feistiness than the former All-Star usually has? I'd say yes, Nurse said when asked if Lowry had a little more intensity for this game. I don't know if it's for them or if he's starting to finally settle in. He was being a little ornery at shoot-around today, and he hasn't been yet, so it looked like he's getting back to more of his normal self there. Lowry downplayed the narrative of a revenge game, too, saying how much he loved the Heat and pointing to the importance of simply keeping up in the standings race. No, I think the juice was that we understood it was a big game for the standings, Lowry said. We needed that win for the standing purposes. I love and admire those guys so much and I still root for them except for when I'm playing against them. But there was no added juice. There was just, go out there and try to win the game for our team because of the standings. You know, it's gonna be a tight race and we gotta do what we can do and hold it down while we can and then try to take advantage of the opportunities that we have and win as many games as we possibly can. Kyle Lowry's time in Miami featured a trip to the NBA Finals and a #1 seed in the conference the year prior. While it also featured some internal clashes and his role shrinking each season, he left a mark on one of the NBA's premier franchises during his age 35 and -36 seasons, a time in most players' careers when they're barely hanging on to a roster spot if they even have one at all. When asked about Lowry after he had joined the Sixers, but had yet to play for them, Eric Spoelstra was nothing but complimentary. So far with the 76ers, Lowry has earned rave reviews. His playmaking has helped Tyrese Maxey get more off-ball looks and his defensive intellect has allowed them to deploy aggressive defensive game plans, like when they overloaded Jalen Brunson in a win over the New York Knicks. Lowry's competitive fire has remained steadily prevalent from the get-go with the 76ers, starting in his team debut when he needed stitches after taking a hit to the head and staying in the game. Kyle Lowry says he still has much love for the Miami Heat. Guard Kyle Lowry was a catalyst to help the Philadelphia 76ers defeat his former team, the Miami Heat, Monday night. Lowry finished with 16 points in the Sixers' 98-91 victory at Wells Fargo Center. The loss was the Heat's fifth straight loss against a team in playoff contention. While Lowry was often criticized by the Heat fans during his time in Miami, he has been a solid addition with the Sixers. They value his veteran leadership. Kyle kept reminding everybody on the bench that they weren't gonna quit even when we had a 17-point lead or whatever it was, Sixers coach Nick Nurse said. They had a great run and we responded pretty good there at the end. Still, Lowry said he had nothing but love for the Heat organization. He spent nearly 3 years in South Florida before being involved in the trade for Terry Rozier from the Charlotte Hornets. I love and admire those guys so much. I still root for them except for when I'm playing against them, Lowry said. There was no added juice. There was just, go out there and try to win the game for our team because of the standings. The Heat returned to action Wednesday at the Cleveland Cavaliers, another playoff team. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation, Kyle Lowry? Leave your opinion in the comments.